especially the younger ones? What's their progression been?
Up and down, but you know what? I see some glimpses of some good things to come. I think Ryan Jenkins has gotten better and better. Josh Smith's gotten better and better. Josh Malone's been a little bit of a roller coaster, but he had 2 good days here back to back. So I'm seeing some progress. You know, they all kind of hit at different times. Their maturity, you know, some of them push through a little bit better than others yet, but I'm seeing some good things. I'm pleased.
And it seems like Josh Smith has just come into this camp extremely focused.
Yeah.
I mean, when the media's out there, he's catching everything.
Yeah.
What's kind of his mentality right now, and what are y'all talking about just one-on-one?
You know, I've always had a tremendous amount of confidence in Josh. I've said that all through his struggles last year. Even this year, Josh, now that we have his knee better, you know, he's last season is behind him. I don't think he understood how to take care of his body last year. I think he understands all those intricacies. And also his buzzword this training camp was new. He wanted a new, improved Josh Smith. He wanted a new chance, a new lease on life as far as playing football. And so I've been trying to keep him focused one day at a time. And the crazy thing is Josh has a ton to work on yet. I think he hasn't even reached even half of his ceiling, so that's pretty scary. He can get really good.
See, what's it say about his character, competitive toughness, I guess, that he battled through injury basically all last year and was able to fight through that and still be a contributor as a freshman? Josh
is easily one of the toughest, if not the toughest, in my room. He's a kid that I can ride hard, and he responds physically, mentally. Last year I challenged him hard. I was on him hard, and I think he got down a little bit mentally, but he's come out this year, and he's extremely tough. Mentally, too, to play here, to have a season like he had, maybe not the way he wanted, it says a lot about his character. And physically, I mean, he's as tough as they get, and that's why I love him, because he's going to play like I like him to play.
So, Coach Jones really getting on the receivers yesterday, you know, telling them to go up with 2 hands and sending them to the pit when they were going up with 1. So much was talked about this position group. I guess what's so far about a weekend, what's your read, and kind of what are you looking to see going into the scrimmage tomorrow?
You know, just some consistency. I think we're inconsistent right now. You know, one day we'll have a great day, the next day it's like we don't even have wideouts out there. So I think we need consistency. And I'm playing a lot of guys. I'm plugging guys in. They're playing every single position right now. I'm trying to see who does what. I'm trying to see the right chemistry of the 4 that go out there first. So I'm finding out a lot of different things. But yeah, we got some bad habits that I'm trying to break. Some of those young guys got away with one-handed catches in high school. But guess what? They're not jumping over, you know, little short guys that aren't playing football anymore. They're going up against some of the best in the country. So just some habits that we're continuing to break, and that's my job.
Do you have a good idea of the format for tomorrow's scrimmage?
I don't. You know what? We'll talk about that. We base every format off of how our team was at that particular day. So like today, how are we injury-wise? Where are we at, you know, physically, endurance-wise? You know, what do we think we can get the most out of our kids? And Coach Jones makes all those decisions.
Thank you.
Coach, how healthy are you guys right now? I mean, I think is everybody a little sore? Everybody just looked a little sluggish today. Is it soreness? Was it fatigue? What was it?
Yeah, that's a great question. You got a good eye. Today was the last day of classes too. This week has been a grind. Yesterday and today were all final exams. I had guys that got out of here last night at 10 o'clock at night out of treatment and still had a Spanish final to go study for and take it this morning at 8. But we had a team meeting before 8 and treatment and breakfast. No bueno. They've been doing that all week, so they've pushed through pretty well. The schedule with school overlapping doesn't set up good, but now the end of it is here today, and next week will be full-blown training camp. So you're right, they were a little sluggish, but I thought they pushed through it. I was actually surprised at how well they pushed through today. I was thinking we were going to be a little flatter than usual, but they worked at it.
I heard you talking today during practice about emphasizing burst, a good burst. Has there been any guys who've been doing well with that, or ones who need to work on getting that burst that you guys have been looking for?
Yeah, you know, I think Pig does a great job of that. Josh does a great job of that. The young guys don't. They've never had to. They don't know how to work the game when they're practicing. When there's not a defense out there coming to tackle them, they haven't learned how to do that. So we're up and down all over the place, but just really the young guys have been inconsistent. But the older guys are starting to really burst and work.
Sorry if you've already been asked, but how's Josh Malone doing? I mean, we've seen Josh Smith and some other guys working ahead of him, I guess, at different times. Has he hit a wall at all during camp?
No, I think Josh just has a lot farther to go to prove that he's a tough football player, mentally and physically. You know, I think, you know, he's never been pushed like this. He hasn't had to strain, And I think the great thing about our program is the guys that don't strain and don't give great effort consistently, they stick out a little bit. And I think he's slowly but surely learning that. And he's put 2 good days back to back. I'm proud of him. He had a first good day and some bad days. In these last 2 practices, he's tried to fix that, to his credit. And if he can do that, he'll keep getting better and better. But he has